Hello, welcome to CenterSpotSoccer.com and our YouTube channel. Appreciate you watching. Today's topic is Igor Akinfeev and the Russian national team in the Confederations Cup. Obviously, they had a big misfire yesterday. Tactically, the manager is under extreme pressure. Everybody's looking at everything, and if you're a Russian fan, you're very upset, you're very frustrated with the way that things have gone down up to this point. And the thing is that I don't know if it's going to get any better. I mean, it would be embarrassing for them not to make it out of their group stages. I mean, you're hosting the tournament. You have to get this right, and the Russian FA must be in disarray because they've had this issue before. I never thought that it's really necessarily a lack of talent. There's talented Russian players out there, but why don't we see more out of them? And especially the size of Russia. I mean, you're half of an entire continent, and you can't put together a team to make it out of a Confederations Cup group. It seems pretty bad to me. I wouldn't say all is lost, though. They still have another opportunity, where maybe they can get by and get to that, to the knockout rounds of the Confederations Cup. But if this is an indication of what's going to go on next year in the World Cup on an even bigger stage, the stage is big now and the world's paying attention, but the world's got one eye on this and one eye on other things. When it's next year, you're going to have everybody watching. People that don't usually watch soccer are going to be watching. The entire world is going to be paying attention to everything going on there. So Russia's got to get it right. They have to figure this out. They have enough quality there where you should at least be able to get out of the group stages of pretty much any tournament. There's really no excuse for that. So if they don't make it out of the group stages, and or if they just barely squeak by, I don't see the manager staying on. I wouldn't be surprised to see a new manager next year, and that's a big deal. All the preparation leading up to this, you fall short because tactically you're all over the place. You have one forward, then you have three forwards. You don't mark Cristiano Ronaldo. How does that make sense? One of the best players ever, and you just let him ride right on down the left flank, and let him do what he wants. I mean, that it's inexcusable, and in my opinion, those things all go back to the manager. It all goes back to him. So I don't know where his head was at or what he was thinking. It's still on the players to perform, but it's up to the coaches and the managers to set the tone and the tactical plan, and then the players to execute. So wherever the fault may be, I still just think that it starts with leadership. Everything starts with leadership. And Russia's got to get it right. They got to get this figured out. And they have to get into the knockout rounds. They have to advance further in this tournament. You can't be an also-ran at your own tournament. South Africa, I mean, when they had the World Cup, they put together the best squad that they could, and they did the best with what they had. But at the end of the day, that's South Africa, and it's nothing against them. But Russia should be much, much better with the talent that's there. Maybe you don't have some talent like you've had from years past with Russia, but you've got enough there where you should be competitive in every match, and you should be able to advance, especially when you're at home. Have some pride, actually fight and come up with a plan that actually makes sense. So, in conclusion, Russia has a huge fire underneath them that they have to advance, they have to get it together, and they have to get it right. And I would imagine that they would at least get to, the knockout rounds. I would imagine that they at least would do that, but the Russian FA is going to have to seriously look at their manager and decide whether is that really your guy? They have to figure out what exactly the issue is. So Again, centerspotsoccer.com. Please subscribe. Also, home of the best soccer merchandise available in the United States. Kickoff starts here.